Great day everyone, this is still Ma'am Liza Torano and welcome to our channel. We will be talking about Lesson 5, Identifying Phrases, Clauses, and Sentences. Let us start with phrases. What are phrases? Phrases are a group of words that does not give complete thought or idea. It cannot stand on its own. It needs more element to be complete. It can function as a noun, a verb, adjective, adverb, or preposition. A phrase with its function takes its name from it. If its function as a noun, it's called noun phrase. If it functions as an adjective, then it's called an adjective phrase, and so on and so forth. Let's take a look at these pictures. What can we say about the pictures? The first picture, we can say it is a man in the mirror. The second picture is the lady in red. And the third pictures could be over the rainbow. These are examples of phrases. Now let's focus on the three kinds of phrases. So we have the noun phrase, the adjective phrase, and the prepositional phrase. They are called noun phrase since they function as a noun. An adjective phrase functions as an adjective, and a prepositional phrase functions as a preposition or introduced by a preposition. Our earlier example, we have man in the mirror. So when we talk about man in the mirror, we are focusing on the man. Same with house with cobwebs. We are focusing on house. If we are talking about adjective phrase, it could be strong, sweet perfume. So we are talking about the strong and the sweet, referring to perfume. And then we have the beautiful red dress. So beautiful and red are both adjective modifying the dress. Lastly, we have the prepositional phrase. We will know it's a prepositional phrase when it is introduced by a preposition, and it gives us location or a particular placement of an object. So here we have by the rushing river. It is introduced by the preposition by, and it indicates position or location. So here it indicates location. And then we have here over the rainbow. It is introduced by the preposition over, and it tells us the position. Where is it? Over the rainbow. Let's talk about clauses now. What are clauses? Clauses are a group of words that has subject and predicate. It has a noun and a verb because the subject is your noun and your predicate starts always with a verb. Clauses can be dependent or independent clause. When it is a dependent clause, it is called subordinate clause. An independent clause is already categorized as simple sentence. Clauses can be categorized as noun clause, adjective clause, adverbial clause, and others. Let's focus on the two kinds of clauses. So we have the independent, or it could be a simple sentence or a simple question, and the dependent or the subordinate clause. So it is independent when it can stand on its own. And then it is dependent when it is a group of words containing subject and predicate, but it cannot stand on its own. Let's take a look at the example. So we have here, who wears white dress? Who needs help? So these are question, these are interrogative statement, and this could be categorized as simple sentence. If we answered it, the answer could be another independent clause. We can say that Lisa wears a white dress, or beggars needs help. Lisa wears white dress or beggars needs help are categorized to be independent clauses. They are simple sentences because they can stand on its own. When we say they can stand on its own, the meaning is complete. Who wears the white dress? It's Lisa. What can we say about Lisa? She wears a white dress. So the idea is complete. Now, when we talk about dependent clause, the idea is not complete. When we say the idea is not complete, the sentence is hanging. The group of words is hanging. There could be a subject, there could be a predicate, but the idea is not complete. For the dependent clause to be complete, we have to add an independent clause. So in this example, who wears white dress and who needs help, we can say Lisa, who wears white dress, looks elegant. And on the second example, we can say beggar who needs help must receive help. So those makes it, or those additional are simple sentence that makes the dependent clause complete on its own. That makes the dependent clause have a complete meaning. Let's answer the question again. So who wears white dress? Maxine wears the white dress. And then for the dependent clause, we can see here, Maxine, who wears the white dress, is my friend. And then who needs help? The beggar needs help. That's the answer. It's another simple sentence. And then when it is commated, the beggar who needs help was sick. Take note that when WH questions, who, what, when, are used in as a question, it ends with a question mark, it is an independent clause. But when it introduced a clause that does not end with a question, and does not end with a question mark, and it's not a question, then it becomes a dependent clause. What are sentences now? Earlier, we have said that an independent clause is considered to be a sentence already. So sentences are a group of words that have complete thought and idea. It usually has a noun and a verb, or a subject and a predicate. It is an independent clause, as what we have said earlier. And sentences can be simple, compound, or complex. A sentence that is composed of one subordinate clause and one independent clause is called a complex sentence. But that will be on a different lesson. For now, let us focus on the use of phrase, clause, and sentence. Now, let's have these practice exercises. Tell whether the given group of words or phrase, clause, or sentences. Number 1, who are you? This is a sentence. This is a question statement. Number 2, I am a Filipino. It is a sentence. Sentence because it has a complete idea. I is your subject, am is your verb. Who is a Filipino? I. Who am I? A Filipino. Okay, so it's a sentence. Number 3, who was left behind? So again, we have said that when it is introduced by a WH question that is commated, it is a clause. So who was left behind is a clause. In the garden. So, the idea here is not complete. It talks about a place only or location. So, it is a prepositional phrase. So, it is introduced by the preposition in. How about over the fence? Introduced by the preposition over. So, it is a phrase. When the sun shines. So, we have here when, a WH question, commated. So, it is a clause. The girl is now a lady. So, the girl is what? A lady. Who is a lady? The girl. So, the idea is complete. Number 7 is a sentence. Okay, I hope you get everything clear. So, be ready in answering your learner's activity sheets and your self-learner's module. That's all for this day. Goodbye!